And it goes a little something like.
I know y'all have felt it. This last month has been intense, to say the least. First of all, in October, we had 2 eclipses, one solar and one lunar, which meant that the universe was about to shake some things up. Okay, the universe was like, the way that you have been living, babe, we see it. We see that you're not too happy. We see that this is not in alignment for you. The things that you're doing to make ends meet, the people that you're surrounded by just to not feel lonely, they ain't it, doll. They did their duty for this part of your life, and now we are ready to accelerate you onto the timeline that you deserve, onto the timeline in which you are surrounded by the people that are there to nurture your soul and not just keep your soul chit-chatting about things that don't matter, stuck in this 3D matrix. We want you to be in a job that is aligned with your soul's purpose so that you can help implement healing energy on the planet right now during this really important time. The eclipses that we had in October were the universe's way of saying, okay, get prepared because we are about to accelerate you onto your highest timeline. And then we had the month of November, Scorpio season. It is no coincidence. The universe knows what it's doing by having Scorpio season right after 2 major eclipses, because Scorpio is all about depth. Scorpions live under the sand. They are all about looking at the underbelly of reality. They are about looking at truth of what is by using their intuition to follow what feels right and what does not feel right in order to survive. Scorpions have an exoskeleton, so they are literally built to survive whatever environment they are in. They are highly adaptable creatures, and they are able to survive because they know exactly when to sting and when to back off based on their intuitional feelings. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and it's all about death, destruction, and rebirth. But that destruction is in the name of building something new that is more aligned for your soul. It's not about just having endless tower moments so that you endlessly suffer. It's so that you can strip apart what no longer resonates with you in order to build together what is. This was not an easy month for us. With 2 back-to-back eclipses, the universe knew exactly what it was doing by having Scorpio season follow the eclipses, because it said, here's what I'm going to show you that needs to change in your life, and now we are going to go through major transformations internally and externally about what I've just shown you. You can't pretend that you didn't see it. You can't pull back the curtain what the universe has revealed to you, because now it knows that you've seen, and it knows that every step that you don't take in order to heal, to transmute, to work on what you have just seen, you are going to pay the price. You are going to end up suffering. This was not an easy last month for us, because when things change externally, you still have to go through an entire internal transformation process around your external changes. External change is hard enough, but you also have to internally change around your external change. When something leaves your life, it's not an easy process. It's not just you saying, oh my God, I'm suffering because this thing left. That's where, again, Pluto rules the psyche. Psyche is our internal realm, our awareness. We have to then say, why is it that I'm feeling this way about the thing leaving my life? Why am I feeling anger? Why am I feeling happiness? Why? And really diving deep within ourselves to get our own answers, which is why the universe knew exactly what it was doing by having Scorpio season follow these eclipses. It said, now you have seen what you have seen, figure out the why, figure out the truth. The truth is so important, because when you ignore the truth, you're constantly just sweeping all of your stuff under the rug. All of the patterns, programmings, belief systems that you need to change, that you need to heal, when you do not address them, when you do not look them in the face, when you don't have the courage to just see them for what they are without projecting onto them, to just say, hey, maybe I'm really hostile because of this thing that happened to me that I never got over. Instead of saying, oh, people have just hurt me and I just became this cold person, it's saying, I didn't feel safe in those moments, and that has led me to hardening up, and I know I'm not that person. There's a really interesting relationship between truth and vulnerability, right? When you are not vulnerable with yourself and you can't admit certain truths and you are sweeping all of your stuff under the rug, it has no choice but to come out in multiple realms of your life, but also cause an internal darkness within you where you will just, no matter how happy you feel, you will never really feel happy. There will always be a part of you that feels distant from the happiness, that is like questioning why you don't feel it, why you know you're happy in this moment, but you don't feel that connect within your heart. And it's because you are still closed off to some degree. So that's what this entire month has been about. It's been about look your stuff in the face. Everything is always on divine timing. The universe showed us what it needed to show show us during these eclipses, to then have Scorpio season help us really go dive deep within the trenches of what we have seen and figure out what we need to change internally and externally in order to start building the reality that we have been dreaming of living in. And now that we are entering Sagittarius season, again, the universe is moving all the chess pieces perfectly. It is going to inspire that fire within us so that we can finally start taking action. So the last month we have been incubated by the universe to almost tuck ourselves into bed and just feel. Okay, it's giving Barbie, take my hand and feel. That's exactly what we were supposed to do this month. We are supposed to look at the things that are no longer resonating with us and just let ourselves process, to let ourselves feel the sadness for the things that have to die in our life in order to be rebirthed. Of course, it's amazing when new chapters start in our lives, new doors open and new opportunities find their way to us, but we don't give ourselves enough time to process our feelings around letting go what no longer serves us. It's hard. It's hard when you know you need to leave a job, but you put so much work into getting it, or you know that this relationship doesn't fit for you, but there's just been so much time and all the fights that you've had, that you've worked through, that you feel like you're giving up on everything that you've built. Just know that that is not the case. The universe sees that you put in the work in certain realms of your life, and it said, I know, I see you, and guess what, baby? Those are just tools to keep in your belt, because where you are going, you still need to have those wisdoms from everything that you've learned in your previous now moments. The way that you fought for that relationship and tried to learn how to communicate, that wasn't for nothing. It's hard when you are giving up on a relationship that is sometimes years long and you feel like you are just abandoning everything. But you put in that work for communication so that in your next relationship, that just comes more naturally to you, okay? You are taking every tool from every chapter of your life. You are taking gems of cosmic knowledge, like you are Thanos, putting them in your infinity gauntlet so that you can fully embody your highest self and be your best being, be your best, happiest, fullest, most abundant self. And the universe knows that that's where you're going, and it wants you to trust that. So when things feel hard, when things feel difficult, when things feel stagnant, when things feel hard to let go of, know that you are only moving into further alignment. And it's hard. It's hard when you're in the trenches. Scorpio season is all about our psyche. It is all about, you know, you've been in the place where it's like you feel a certain way and then you have some thoughts about your feelings and then you end up gaslighting your feelings into not feeling your feeling anymore. And then it's a never ending cycle of your thoughts changing your emotions and your emotions changing your thoughts. And it's all okay. This is all a part of the process. Let it all go. At some point, you will catch yourself in this loop, in this thought cycle, in this way of chicken or the egg. What came first? It's I'm having an emotional charge about a thought, and then I'm having a thought that causes an emotional charge. And you will eventually, if you haven't yet, be in this space of your own awareness where you are just observing it, and you can say, oh my God. And the second that you become aware of it, you cannot unsee it. Just the way the universe has showed you stuff you can't unsee with these eclipses. Once you catch yourself, you can't uncatch yourself. The universe is having us go through this narrative so that we can finally take control back of our own life, so that we can stand in our self-sovereignty and really embody the person that we are meant to be, so that we can give our community, our planet, our own unique medicine that we are here to offer. We are unremembering who we have been taught that we are, who society tells us that we are, who this 3D matrix has tried to make us, and remembering who we actually are, the light beings that we are, the medicine that we're here to offer in our own uniqueness and authenticity. And that is all a process. It's all an unraveling process. It's like an onion. They're slowly pulling back the layers. And these eclipses that we had in October, the universe showed us one layer that needs to be stripped back. We're feeling our way through it with this Scorpio season. Now we are entering Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius is all about optimism. Sagittarius is the one that says, I have seen the truth. I am the explorer of truth, but here I am ready to conquer it. Sagittarius says, okay, I've seen it all. And now what? And now what? Whenever you ignore the truth, you make your situation worse. You bleed in realms of your life that have nothing to do with the initial thing that cut you. When you are able to look the truth of whatever you are going through in the face, you are able to take clear, distinct action that will actually help you transmute the situation, that will actually get you out of whatever rut you're in and get you to the timeline that you are trying to be on. All the fire signs are strong, okay? But Sagittarius might be the strongest because of the fact that it has the ability to be the explorer of truth, to look truth truth in the face and say, so now what? How do we get around this? Okay, and so what that there's an 80-foot wall that's in front of me, blocking me from my destination? How do we build a ladder out of these leaves to get over it? That's what Sagittarius says, and it fully believes that blind optimism that you can build a ladder out of leaves to get over an 80-foot wall. And guess what? Just because other people are doubting Sagittarius, they will do it, okay? And that is why that energy is so magical for this upcoming month, because since October, we've had these eclipses where the universe showed us what we needed to work on, what needed to change in our life that no longer resonates. Scorpio season was about feeling our feelings, going through it internally and externally, and starting to feel the shifts. And now we are ready to take action and actually start stepping into the person that we're here to be. The universe quite literally is having us go like this. Woo! Okay? Okay, life is a roller coaster, and this is where it goes up. This is where it goes up. And shortly, we're also going to have Capricorn season, which is about further putting in that work. Okay, so Sagittarius is the explorer of truth. It is the wanderer as well. So let your thoughts go wild. Use the creative energy of fire that Sagittarius brings to think outside the box of how you can get yourself out of where you are right now and onto the timeline that you want to be on. Start pulling yourself back, like Sagittarius reminds us with the bow and arrow. Pull yourself back to launch yourself forward. Maybe take a few days to rest and rejuvenate and take care of your gentle mental so that you can launch yourself forward, feel recharged, take action, apply for the jobs, do the things, read a new book. Who knows? Get yourself out of where you are now by understanding that the issues that you are having right now that you feel like are pulling you back, they are in efforts to launch you forward. But it's a matter of, are you going to be releasing that arrow and launching yourself forward, or are you just going to let it go and let it misfire and go all over the place? This is the time to take inspired action. Use the energy of Sagittarius in the air, as we have not only the sun entering Sagittarius, but also Mercury and Mars, which is the planet of action. Use this time to take inspired action to focus on a bullet point. Okay, you want to focus on a specific point that you want to aim at. Use the energy of Sagittarius to pull back, use the issues that you're going through right now and launch yourself forward to hit that target, okay? Don't let your shots misfire because you don't know what you're doing and your pains and your hurts and your traumas and your projections are just all over the place. Use the things that you have gone through to get specific. Tell the universe what you want from it. Get specific, set a target. Use the energy of Sagittarius to pull back your arrow of your past, your projections, your pains, your hurts. Launch yourself forward and go hit that target, okay? Use the things that you have been through as fuel to get you to where you have to go, to be on the timeline that you have been dreaming about, because it's waiting for you. Mercury in Sagittarius is the time that you will launch a business and post all of your social media posts and not realize you had like 37 typos, even though you looked over it 7,000 times. Okay, so use this Sagittarius season to get creative with your ideas. Let's use Capricorn season to start putting in the work. Once Mercury stations direct, then it will be a bit more safe to start launching things and doing all of that. But use this time to get creative with your ideas. Start putting in work. Mercury is in terrain that it will revisit, which means that the themes that we are going through right now will resurface. So right now, just focus on the details. Focus on your why. Focus on how you are going to architect this reality that you are dreaming of living in. And then when Capricorn season comes, we have our little goat working its way up the mountain. We can actually start putting one foot in front of the other and getting ourselves to work. Winter is the time to put in the work so that when spring comes, we watch everything that we have planted bloom. Everyone knows that the real new year is the spring equinox. Let's use this winter to really get creative with our ideas, to focus on the why, the specifics, the nitty gritties, the devil's in the details, right? When you want to be successful, you have to think about everything that you are trying to launch, all the cracks that you have not even thought about. Do that during this time. Winter is the time to plant your seeds. Use the creative energy of fire that Sagittarius brings to start thinking outside the box on how you can architect a new timeline, a new reality that you have been dreaming of living in. Then we have Capricorn season coming up where we can actually start putting one foot in front of the other and getting to work. And then by the spring equinox, the actual new year, all of the things that we have planted, that we have put work into, that we have put tender love and care into, will start to bloom in our realities. Truly, every thought that you plant this winter, that you put love and care into, that you nurture, you will see blossom like little flowers in your reality reality during the springtime. Winter is all about incubation process for us, where we can just sit back, put in the work, focus on the small details that no one else might see. And come the spring season, when the sun starts shining and stuff starts to come into harvest and there's a sign of hope again, we will see everything that we have taken care of, that we have put in love, thought, consciousness into, start to bloom, start to flower in our realities all over the place as new opportunities, new doors that are opening, and more unconditional love from the universe just all around us. Everything is happening in divine timing, okay? This is all pre-planned. So the universe knows what it's doing. It just wants you to trust it. How much can you trust it? How much can you let go of your own fears and your own projections to just say, okay, to just say, I trust it. I have no idea why I just lost my job, why I just lost this relationship, why me and my best friend are fighting. None of us might know right now, bestie, but you will. But you will. Eventually, it will all make sense. And there is not a time in your life, I bet you can think about, that something hasn't eventually made sense. And if it hasn't made sense yet, it's because you still got some more work to do. The universe is still trying to connect the dots for you. Okay, so start paying attention to that, actually, because eventually everything always makes sense. The universe sees your magic. The universe knows what you're capable of. So what it's going to do is set obstacles along your path to activate specific DNA codes within you so that you can really embody your highest self and activate your highest timeline and live in that reality that you have been dreaming of. Your obstacles are not just your obstacles for no reason. The universe doesn't want to see you endlessly suffer. The universe wants you to step into your self-sovereignty, to reclaim your power and your reality and take control, and remember that you created this game and that you are capable of living the life that you are dreaming of. But are you going to succumb to all of the obstacles that are put on your path, or are you going to step up to them and show the universe what you are worth? Tell the universe what you are worth and what you want from it. So don't succumb to everything that is on your path. Ask questions. Sagittarius season is all about asking why. Sagittarius is the explorer of truth. Ask why. Why? Oh, the sky is blue. Why? Science. Why? Why are we breathing air, trees, oxygen? Why? Where does oxygen come from? Who knows? Just start asking all the questions. Okay, this is the time to dive deep. But in regards to yourself, your own awareness, and your own life. So everything that is coming up for you right now, ask why, and keep asking why, because even when you think you know why, you don't know why. So keep asking why. I promise you, it's a never-ending wormhole, this self-awareness stuff, okay? So use the medicine that the cosmos have given you over the last month of it's showing you what you needed to see. The universe showed you what is not in alignment for you anymore. It gave you the time to process. This last month, Scorpio season, was all about dealing with what we need to change internally, as well as maybe some external changes have happened for us. And then 3, it is now aligning us with a season where we can be optimistic, where we can say, okay, I saw the truth. I don't know if I love it. However, I know how to move forward because I have seen it. I'm not sweeping my stuff under the rug anymore. And I can actually, because I have seen the truth, move forward with clear, distinct action. I know what steps to take because I have seen all of the dust that I've been sweeping under the rug. And now I can finally get a Swiffer and mop that. Okay, Sagittarius is so optimistic and excited. It actually probably said, screw the entire rug. Let's get a new one. I'm more excited to match the new decor of my apartment anyway. Use the narrative that the cosmos has been giving you. The universe is like a giant ocean, and there is constantly cosmic waves that we have to grab our surfboards of awareness and learn how to ride. And this is one of them. So use this knowledge, this cosmic wisdom, to be able to ride that wave. Understand that the things that you have seen in the last month that no longer align with you were so that you can do this whole internal and external transformation process around them in order to feel that optimism about what could be for you. All of the infinite realities that do exist in which you are happy, fulfilled, and abundant, and start taking action towards living in that way, being that person, and eventually it will come. With a little faith and one foot in front of the other, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. So hang in there, stay hopeful, use the optimism of Sagittarius season that is incoming, all the planets that are in Sagittarius right now, to really tap into this space within you where you can feel that optimism, that excitement for yourself, that joy to know that you are one day closer to living in your purpose, to embodying your highest self, to living on your highest timeline. Remember, everything is happening for you and not to you. It is also always working out best case scenario. And so it is.